What would happen if the gritty industrial warfare of Killzone 2 slammed right into the absolute chaos of Helldivers 2? And no, I'm not talking about a single armor skin or new cape. We're going to build out a full-blown conceptual Killzone 2 crossover warband from the ground up. Now, get ready to imagine the iconic Helghast arsenal and their brutal industrial armor sets all brought to life for the glorious fight of Super Earth. Now, just to be clear, this is a fan concept, a what-if scenario. We have already had a Killzone-ish warband that didn't go as planned, but with the slight success of the ODST legendary warband, we can try and follow it as an example for our very own version. I'll break down the weapons and gears used and try to imagine it under a democratic support. So what's actually in this theoretical warband? Let's break down the pages, starting with the armour. The warband will come with 2 sets of armour, with a new passive we'll call Unflinching Resolve. It reduces flinch and slows from enemy attacks by 50%, while also granting you the 25% chance of not taking fatal hits. So when a charger clips you, you'll still go flying, but you won't be staggered and helpless, giving you a chance to fight back. It's all about holding your ground, just like a true Helghast grunt. For our first armor set, we've got a heavy one, the HV-22 Vanguard, inspired by the iconic Helghast Heavy Soldier. We're talking thick, segmented plates over a dark, padded undersuit. The helmet is the real star here, a massive, intimidating piece of hardware with those glowing red-orange goggles that just scream Killzone. The chest piece would be bulky, with a prominent rebreather unit wired straight into the helmet. You're not just wearing heavy armor, you are the tank. It would have a maxed out armor rating with low speed and stamina regen, just as you would expect. Next, we have the light armor. Let's go with the LR-09 Stalker. This one takes its inspiration from the Helghast snipers and elite shock troopers. This set strips the armor down to its bare essentials. You'll get reinforced chest plates and helmet, but the limbs will be covered in a lighter material for maximum speed and stamina regen. The helmet will be a skeletal version of the classic design, maybe with a single enlarged optic on one side. This is for the players who live by the creed, speed is life. You'll be zipping across the battlefield to find the perfect angle on a Bard Titan's weak spot and just going about your business. Now for the main event, the weapons. A warband is nothing without new tools of destruction, and the Helghast have some absolute classics. For the marksmen out there, we'll get the STA-14 rifle. This is a semi-automatic rifle that sits somewhere between a DMR and standard assault rifle. It would have high damage with medium armor penetration, letting you crack open those medium armored enemies. It would be incredibly accurate when standing still, but would have a slow fire rate and a smaller 15 round mag. It would have okay ergonomics so you can react quickly to enemies, while also having the option to change its fire rate from single, burst or full auto. This is a rifle that rewards patience. It's for the Helldivers who find that perfect patch and dismantles enemy squads from a distance. It won't be a master of all weapons, as its main weakness will be close quarter fighting, but it will be strong enough to deal with high value targets and threats from medium to long ranges. Every Helldiver needs a reliable sidearm, and for this warband, we're getting the M4 revolver. I know we already have one, but what's wrong with having another? And this is not your granddad's 6 shooter. In Killzone 2, this thing was a hand cannon, and it would be the same here. The M4 will be a secondary with extremely high damage and stagger potential. Ideally, instead of it being a standard heavy pen weapon, it could be a medium pen, with the ability to fan the weapon for a faster fire rate. The catch? A very slow reload, a 6-round cylinder, and recoil that kicks like a mule. This is your panic button, the gun you pull when a berserker gets way too close and you need to put it down now. Alright, so we covered the armour and weapons, the core of our dream industrial Tyrant warband. That's some serious firepower, enough to make any automaton think twice. If you're enjoying this breakdown of what a Killzone crossover could be, do me a favour and deploy a like on this video. It really helps the channel's war effort. Now let's get back to it and talk about stratagems. A warband isn't complete without some new toys to call down from orbit. While the legendary warbands don't tend to get stratagems, we may as well imagine this time that the devs do add them in this time. The industrial Tyrant warband would feature 2 new stratagems that bring some Helghan's tactical flavour to the battlefield. So for the first stratagem, let's go with the Sentry. The Cerberus Sentry is a deployable heavy machine gun turret, but with one key difference. It comes with a frontal and back ballistic shield. This shield can soak up tons of small arm fire, making it far tougher against automaton patrols, and will fire much slower than the turrets we currently have, but it will make this up in damage and stagger. Of course, it can still be flanked or destroyed by rockets and heavy hitters. This thing would be an absolute game changer for locking down a defensive position during a hectic extraction. Now, this is where things get really fun. The VC5 arc rifle from Killzone was an experimental weapon that fired bolts of electricity/plasma depending on where you look. For Helldivers 2, we'll make it a support weapon stratagem. The VC5 arc emitter would work like a arc thrower, but fire a sustained beam of electricity for a few seconds that change between enemies, and it would be devastating against groups, firing entire bug patrols in a single sweep. The downside? It would have limited charges before needing a new heatsink from a supplied backpack, and it would leave you totally exposed while firing. It's a high risk, high reward weapon for clearing out hordes with terrifying style. And that, Helldivers, is what a fully realised Killzone 2 Warbond could have, and absolutely should look like in Helldivers 2. From the oppressive industrial look of the armour to the brutal efficiency of the weapons, the industrial Tyrant Warbond would be a fantastic tribute to a classic franchise and a perfect fit for the world of Helldivers 2. And while we're at it, maybe they can also add in the previous Killzone weapons and armour from last time. But now I want to hear from you. What iconic Helghast weapon would you want to see most of? The bolt gun? The flamethrower? Let me know your ideas in the comments below. And if you believe in the cause, spread democracy by liking this video and subscribing for more Helldivers 2 content. So, until next time, stay safe and give 'em hell.